So sometimes we can be depressed and not even know that we are depressed. I've battled with depression for years. And if you're interested in hearing my story, stay tuned. As a child, I dealt with traumatic situations, which eventually led to depression. Now, during that time, I did not know what depression was, let alone that I was even depressed. For years, I've battled with depression and didn't even know I was depressed. As a child, I dealt with a lot of traumatic situations, which eventually led to my depression as an adult. And for years, I felt like I was just on autopilot. As I got older, I turned into drinking, drugs, and sex, not knowing that I was suppressing the traumatic situations I had been through when I was a child. It wasn't until that moment when I just could not get out of bed. I literally had no interest in anything. My phone would go off and I would just look at it and turn around and go right back to sleep. As I laid in bed, I just cried. And I did not understand these emotions that I was feeling. Negative thoughts crept in my head of, you're not good enough. No one loves you. No one cares about you. How do you deal with depression when you don't even know that you're depressed? How do you deal with depression when you don't even know what it is? And it couldn't possibly be me. I'm functioning. I did my normal desk job every day. I did my daily routines. I couldn't possibly be depressed. On weekends, I slept all day, thinking that my body just needed rest, thinking that I was just exhausted and I was just tired, not knowing that this was depression. A really good girlfriend of mine reached out to me and told me she hadn't heard from me and said that she was worried. She told me she cooked and invited me over. In that very moment is when I realized it had almost been a week since the last time I had even eaten anything. I literally slept so much, I didn't even have an appetite. As soon as I arrived over to her house, she asked me, what is wrong? I told her, girl, nothing, I'm okay. So she proceeded to fix me a plate, sat me down and said, look, it is not healthy to sit in the house all day. You have to get out of the house. She told me I was welcome to go with her and hang out anytime I wanted, just to let her know. Her bringing to my attention on how I secluded myself really opened my eyes. And it made me think, is something really wrong with me? Yes, I felt down, but I didn't know exactly what down was. I couldn't, and I just did not want to do anything. It was like it was a hold over me that I just didn't know how to release. And shortly after, I tried to commit suicide. Thank God it was unsuccessful and I was able to bounce back. But I still was left with this feeling of being down, even though I was functioning. Years later, I was in a very unfavorable situation. This time around, I slept for 12 hours straight. I stopped working. The only time that I would get out of bed was just to use the bathroom, and then I would get back into bed and just sleep. I could not eat, let alone having an appetite to eat. I literally shut myself off to everything and everyone. I was crying myself to sleep every day and every night, not even wanting to open my eyes. I felt like I had absolutely nothing to live for. I gave up on me and I gave up on life. I did not care about anything or anyone, including myself. Weeks went flying by. It was at a point where I didn't even know what time it was. I didn't know what day it was. I didn't even know what month it was. And that one day I heard, get up, and it woke me out of my sleep. I woke up and I just started crying. And I heard that voice again, get up. I did exactly what I heard. I got up, I put on some clothes, and at that very moment, I felt the spirit leading me. It was such an indescribable feeling. But it's a feeling that you know you feel when you feel it. God led me on a walk, which led me to this park. And every day since then, I would go to that park and I would just cry. I would yell, I would scream, I would just let it all out. God brought me back to my very first signs of depression. I was around 10 or 11 years old, and I would itch really bad and would develop really massive size hives on my thighs. and they hurt really, really bad. I ended up having to go see a doctor about it. And I was told that the highs were stress related. And I'll never forget the doctor telling me, what could you possibly be stressed about at 11 years old? During this walk down memory lane, God brought me back to the times where I was rejected or was let down or had to let go of something or someone. And how instead of just dealing with those problems, I suppressed them. Depression for me led to so many health issues, with doctors telling me that they found cancer cells and I had to undergo surgery to get them removed. God showed me during that time exactly how I felt. And I remember feeling like committing suicide because I thought, I'm gonna die anyways, why not just do it now? God continued to show me all the many things that triggered my state of depression. And at that very moment, it was revealed to me that in order to heal, I needed to face my demons. I needed to believe. I needed to have faith. And I needed to have the courage to be able to face my demons and to trust that God has not only had my back, but still has my back. God has had my back during the toughest of times and was by my side during it all. God showed me in that moment that He is closest to the brokenhearted. Understand that depression has no age limit. My first signs of depression was at 10 years old. And more times than not, we don't even know that we're depressed. Some people may feel sleepy and sleep all day. Others may not be able to sleep at all. Some may not be able to eat or even have an appetite. And some just binge and overeat. Depression comes in all forms and strikes at different times and can stick around for years. For me, depression hit when I started to think about the traumatic situations that I've been through. Depression for me would hit when I would just go through really tough and hard times and I just did not know how to deal with it. I did not know who to go to, who to talk to, or how to handle all these different emotions. We all have things in our lives that we've dealt with, traumatic situations that we've been through, and things that we've never talked about or discussed with anyone. There could even be a new medication that a person has taken that is causing them to be depressed and they don't even know it. No matter your case, depression is serious and can lead to major health issues. Not only health issues, but could also lead to mental issues and have you thinking suicidal thoughts. There are people I know personally who were depressed and have committed suicide. Depression is serious. If you've been feeling down or sad, continuously having negative thoughts, in a bad mood, having uncontrollable mood swings, sleeping more than usual, eating more than usual, just not feeling like yourself, seek help. It wasn't up until my friend reached out to me that helped me see how my attitude, how my mood had drastically changed. It is okay to seek help. It is okay to talk to someone about whatever it is that's on your mind, on your heart, whether that be professional help, help from a friend, help from family, or even help from a stranger. There has been times I have been out and met people and they just literally unloaded on me all their problems, and I didn't know this person from Who Shot John, but just the relief that they felt just talking about whatever it was that they were going through. Seek help. And most importantly, do not let anybody make you feel any type of way or make you feel bad for wanting to seek help. I come from a troubled past, as many of us have, and I'm still working on my issues and my problems, but I know how to better handle my emotions and my issues and my problems. For me, fasting and healing and seeking God has been a major help in me dealing with my depression. Now, what I done may not be for everybody, but there's something or someone out there that can help you with your depression. But it's up to you to seek it. I would have never made it this far had I would not have gotten up and went and seek the help that it was that I needed to get past my depression. There are people out there who just want to help. There are people out there who have been through things that you cannot even imagine, who just want to say, I understand how you feel. I understand what you've gone through. I understand what you are going through. There are people out there that just want to be that person to you that they needed when they needed somebody to talk to. Please don't think that you are the only person in this world of billions of people that is going through what you are going through. You're not. So it's up to you to reach out and get help. And by you reaching out to get help, you may be able to help other people as well. You never know whose life you can change just by telling somebody your story. You never know what influence you'll have on a person by telling them, I was depressed because I went through this. I was depressed because this is what happened to me. And you can have someone who could come up to you and tell you, thank you for telling me. Because of you telling me this, I was able to get through my depression. But you can never get to that stage if you don't take the first step. And the first step is first realizing that there is something wrong, that you are off balance, that something isn't right, that you're not feeling right, that your spirit is off, that your heart is hurting. Realize the signs and take that first initiative step to be better, to heal. You know, in my journey of dealing with my depression, I had to learn to accept the now, the present. I had to learn how to forgive my past and be content with everything that I had. I had to be content with knowing that nothing in life is promised. When we get to a point in our life where we accept the inevitable, when we accept change, that's when we can be able to better cope with the different changes in life. Healing is a really hard road that anybody will have to go down, but it's the most rewarding thing that you can ever do for yourself. And not only for you, but the people that are in your life, your friends and your family. By you healing, you can heal a whole nation of people. But it takes you first to get to that point. Through God, all things are possible. I encourage you at this very moment, at this very second, to take all your worries and turn it over to God. Because there are things in this life that we have no control over. So why stress about it? Why worry about it? Take it and just give it to God. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but when you give it to God and just say, God, I'm not going to worry about this, God. I'm going to take this off my mind, God. I'm going to focus on what's important. And what's important is the here, the now, the present, you. Your second step is to seek that help that you need. There are people out here who want to help by any means necessary. I have gone out my way to just be by people's side, just to say I'm here. There's so many people in this world. You never know who you may meet. You never know what words somebody may say to resonate with you. Seek help from someone, anyone, and keep the faith. Cry now, but in the morning you will rejoice. Stay strong, because this too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. Nothing. Your situation that you're going through right now is just that, a situation in the moment, and it will pass. You've overcome and conquered so much in your life. You have so much to not only give yourself, but to give the world. Don't give up now. If you have noticed a shift or a change in your family members or your friends, take the time to reach out. Reach out to people and check on them and see how they're doing. We need more health checks. We need more times where we just reach out to people and just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Are you okay? What's on your mind? Talk to me. Take the time to not only invest in yourself, but to invest in the people that are in your life. God placed people in your life for a reason. So be kind and be nice to them. Check on them. See how they are doing. You know, I may get on my friends' nerves and I don't care. I try to do health checks as much as possible, no matter how busy my schedule gets, no matter how much stuff that I have going on in my life. The people that are in my life mean a lot to me. And I will be devastated to hear anything happening to them, and I had every opportunity to reach out to them. All right, be that person that someone needs. Let's do regular health checks to our friends, to our families, to people we just met, to people we haven't talked to in years. Let's take the time out of our busy schedules just to check on people, to see how people are doing. I can't tell you how much it meant to me during the times when I was depressed or I was down and I was out, and people just randomly that I haven't even talked to reached out to me. Still to this day, I appreciate them so much because they had no clue what I was going through, but just their warming words, reaching out to me just to say, hey, how you doing? I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Meant so much to me and got me to exactly where I'm at right now. I'm telling you from experience, it helps. I know personally women who have lost their children and still to this day, 20, 30, 40 years later, are still depressed. Take the time just to ask, hey, how do you feel? Are you okay? What's your state of mind? Do you want to go out? Do you want to hang? Do you want to talk? I'm here. If I have not told you before, I'm telling you this now. I'm here for you. If you did not know this back then, let me reiterate and let you know this now. I am here for you. I got you. I got your back. Call me anytime. I tell my friends all the time, I'm in a whole nother time zone. And I tell my friends, I don't care what time it is. If you need to talk, call me. If I don't pick up, keep calling me because I'm going to eventually pick up. But I got you. I'm your friend. I'm here for you. God placed you in my life for a reason. And I'm here to help any way I possibly can. Because being that woman and feeling unloved and unwanted is the worst feeling in the world. And if I could do anything to help anyone not feel that way, I'm here for you. If you've ever dealt with depression and have overcome it, please share your story. I would love to hear how you got through your depression. What steps did you take to get to where you are now? What steps did you take to overcome your depression? Did you seek help? Did you go through family? Did you turn to religion? Did you take it to the church? What worked for you? Because what worked for you could work for somebody else. And if you're dealing with depression now and you need some help, please reach out to me. I have friends who are licensed psychologists. I have people that I know that are counselors who just want to help, who are here for you. I am here as well. And above all else, God got you no matter what. You can always cry out to God because He knows exactly what you're going through. And He's the one who can help you and lead you down the path you need to go through or bring those people into your life that you need. Take this time for you. Take this time to heal. This is a community of healing. So let's start healing from everything that we've gone through and just realize that you are not the only person. There are other people who have gone through what you have gone through, but you have to take the first step, and that's realizing it and reaching out. Above all else, God loves you more than anything. God loves you, and God has made you perfect in His eyes. I hope this blesses you, and until next time, take care.